So what's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. If you just saw my recent post about Big Lots closing, I've got an update. Did somebody just save Big Lots at the midnight hour? I don't know about that. Maybe, maybe not. But let's dig into it. I'll give you a little bit of news and we'll talk about it. What are we waiting for? Let's go.
Here I come to save the day.
So what's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the JeffMan316 Pop Culture Reporter channel. I'm your host, as always, JeffMan316. Yeah, that's me on the sign. Usually Sunday nights, 10 p.m. Eastern, we watch along to a movie on JeffMan316 Live, and we, talk about pop culture, movies, anything else while we're watching along to it. Maybe talk about Big Lots this week because it's a hot topic. Just made that video where I gave my thoughts about the announcement that Big Lots was closing all its stores, and at the end I mentioned that I think their CEO said in the statement that there's a possibility, at the midnight hour that somebody could save them, because I think it had to be done by the beginning of January. And what do you know? Somebody came along and maybe saved Big Lots right after Christmas. Now, can you imagine the people that work for Big Lots getting that announcement like the Thursday before Christmas? That their stores were closing, they were liquidating everything, and everybody was possibly going to lose their jobs. That's just a little ridiculous, the timing of it, but I guess they thought they had a deal. So let's talk a little bit more about that. So a while ago, I read an article that said an agreement had come around to where Big Lots is based out of Los Angeles, that they were going to have the Nexus Capital Management Group buy them out, but that deal fell through at the midnight hour. The company had more than 1,300 locations and about 27,000 workers that it sought to protect in bankruptcy court back in September. And like I said, they thought they had a buyer. And then that deal fell through. So now here comes along the Gordon Brothers Retail Partners. Now it looks like they are liquidators. Now I've read articles about them in the past. They bought store chains like Bed Bath & Beyond, and they liquidated those and closed it. So I think that's their expertise of coming in, reorganizing, liquidating what they can, selling off everything. And basically, if it's closing the stores, that's what it is. If it's selling the stores, they can do that as well, because I heard they bought Polaroid back in the day and they reorganized that and then resold Polaroid, and that still exists today. So the announcement came along that I read today. I'm not exactly sure when it came out. It said that Pope's Variety Wholesalers may buy 200 to 400 Big Lots stores. So they're not buying all the stores. So that's the key thing that I want everybody to realize is this thing that I'm hearing about, this potential sale, is not going to save all the Big Lots. It's probably still going to have a majority of the Big Lots closed. Now here's what it says. Variety Wholesalers, it's a Henderson-based discount store. They're owned by Art Pope, who says that it's going to buy between 200 and 400 of Big Lots stores, in a move that may save thousands of retail jobs and in hundreds of communities. It says that it's going to involve transferring the Big Lots brand and its storefronts over to a Variety through a deal from Gordon Brothers Retail Partners. It still requires a bankruptcy court to approve it. The Art Pope, the owner, said he's confident that it's going to happen this time. So the proposed transaction would avoid the liquidation of a lot of Big Lots locations. It says that they've committed to adding at least, that's the key, at least 200 stores, which now employ about 5,000 people. It could be as many as 400 stores, Pope says, depending on how the deal goes. These locations will mostly be in the Southeast. Now, I live in the Southeast, so hopefully that might save a store or two of mine. Also considering saving stores in Ohio and Pennsylvania. So I'm not sure exactly what the footprint is of Big Lots, but it doesn't sound like they're going to be able to save all of them. The last word I heard, there was between 800 and 900 stores still left right before this last announcement. So they're not going to save but about a quarter to half of the stores. So there's still going to be a lot of Big Lots closing, a lot of liquidation still done, and I'm assuming that's what the Gordon Brothers partners are going to do. Is that the Gordon Brothers Retail Partners, that's their expertise. They're going to decide which stores are strategically going to stay open, which ones are going to close, how to liquidate that stock, how to move it around, and work out the best deal for this this other group to buy it. Art Pope said, we want to maintain the Big Lots name, so they're not going to change the name. We want to continue to run Roses and Big Lots as a new division if the transaction is approved. He said combining Big Lots tradition and Variety's best practices should help reverse the struggling company's fortune. So I guess they also own Roses. I've got a Roses nearby me, and it's basically trash. They don't sell hardly anything. It's almost like a poor man's Big Lots. The size and scope of the deal compares to Variety's 1996 purchase of Henderson-based Roses stores and its biggest expansions. At the time, Variety their main brands were Maxway and Super 10. Now, I think we've still got one Maxway near me. Big Lot CEO Bruce Thorne said in a release that the plan by Gordon Brothers and Variety wholesalers was the best opportunity to quote-unquote save jobs, maximize the value of the assets, and continue the Big Lots brand. So what does that mean? I think you're still going to have a majority of the stores are going to continue to close, because think about it. As of last Thursday, they started liquidating everything. Now, the Christmas stuff was already going to go down 50% anyway. The electronics, from what I'm seeing, are 10 and 15%, and most other stuff in the store is 20 to 25%. So they're probably going to liquidate as much as they possibly can until the deal goes through, which is probably going to be still until the end of the year. So if you want to go into the store and you want to, participate in some of these deals, you can. My stores had really weak physical media. That's the main thing that I bought there, other than my wife sometimes bought some household, items or candies or stuff like when we went to the movie. So I'm not holding out total hope that all the stores will be saved, but I'm hoping at least the one store in my area who said they had like a really good grandfather deal in the building and it was like a really long lease. I'm hoping they'll at least save that, and that's the one I've done most of my hunts in. Now there's another one that's a little farther away that I don't think is probably going to get saved, and they have closed multiple ones in my area already, including the newest one, which I talked about in that last video if you want to check that out. So I still think, I'm hesitant to say that it's going to save all the stores in my area. I still think it'll probably close some of them, but I'm hopeful at least one will stay open, because like I said, we need another option other than like Roses of places that they can get liquidated merchandise, like from Walmart and other stores when they were either getting rid of the stock or selling it off, or when other stores liquidate merchandise, and can get the stuff at discounted prices, because I still think Big Lots is a good option, especially me who's a physical media collector. 2 or 3 times a year they always had drops of movies, and I always like to go in there and get them at a discount. And hopefully if they keep the brand, then the app will stay going, and then also that they'll keep the coupons going as far as if you're a member of their rewards program. So hopefully, like I said, this will save some people's jobs. The Grinch didn't take all the jobs at Christmas this year, but it's not going to save all of them. So, this is a sort of borderline good news. Hopefully it'll work out for the best. So what do you guys think? Like, comment, subscribe, share, do all the normal YouTube stuff. I just wanted to throw this quick update out there since I got new information since my last video, and hopefully you guys will continue to do like me and support Big Lots if it does stay open in your area, because I'm tired of all these little stores getting taken down by the big monsters like Amazon, Walmart, or whatever. We still need little stores like this to help support the local communities, jobs, and collectors like us who can find cheap merchandise there. So if you have liked the video, then also make sure you hit the subscribe button. I really appreciate you guys who've supported me this year, and if you are a subscriber, make sure you hit the notification bell. You'll know when I post new videos, like updates like this. So until next time, boys and girls, this has been JeffMan316. As always, I'm your pop culture reporter. I'm signing out saying you guys be safe out there.
And guess what, folks? That's the news, and we are out of here.